You ready?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do this shit.
Let's knock it out.
Let's knock it out.
It's the black box.
Where you don't know what you gon' get.
It's the black box.
We might just have a special guest.
It's the black box.
And we forgive, but don't forget.
It's the black box. Yeah.
The Black Box Podcast.
All right, good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. Oh my God, it's another Monday. You should feel blessed. You should feel all types of things because you get to see me and hear me on this fine Monday morning. But today we got somebody that's coming back for his redemption. Okay, we got Matt Kolonis in the motherfucking building. Hello.
I didn't know if you were done there. I was waiting. I was like waiting for like a bat signal or something to come flying in.
No, that was your way to come in, Matt.
Okay, all right, I'm here. What's up, guys? How are y'all? Thank you again for watching and having me. It's my redemption show, so
It is, because last time, obviously, Matt couldn't come due to some work stuff. So we didn't get to get pictures with Matt. We didn't get to get no videos with Matt. But Matt got the full experience today. And I think he's very, very, very content with that. Don't you agree?
oh, I'm more than content.
And mind you, he's tired.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I had brunch with the boys. You know, we've been hanging around here. We've been working.
Yep.
Networking.
Yep.
I mean, I'm up. The vibe is good. The vibe is high.
It's very high. So since the last time we saw Matt, what's Matt been up to since the last time? You know, I know it's been a couple months since we talked to you, but what's going on with Matt?
Well, we're busy, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Currently I'm working on multiple projects.
Mm-hmm.
Not for just myself, but with other artists in Memphis and now Nashville.
Yeah.
Which is going to be fun to announce in the near future. But currently I am about to drop a album with D-Row that I engineered, produced a few songs on there. So fully produced, mixed, mastered by me. Really just been a roller coaster of ups and downs, learning, a lot of mistakes, having to grind, having to create when it doesn't become fun anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like any artist of any type of artistry can feel that. Like they can be like, I don't enjoy this anymore. And I started doing this because I loved it.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing just that one thing, you're doing everything surrounding it. So yeah, it's having to, I've been just busy trying to be consistent and have better time management with everything. But yeah, for the basis of everything I'm doing, it's all music forward. So producing mostly, again, for D-Row. Gonna have something in the works for another artist, a collaborative EP, you would say, with Mad Keys in Memphis.
Let's go.
Working on a single, potentially other projects with a reoccurring artist on this show, Johnny Buckets.
Shout out JB.
Let's go. He's off camera, but much love. Let's go, bro. Yeah, it's been fun doing this, but you know, again, stressful, but hey, you know, got to crack a few eggs, as they say in the business. Mm-hmm. So we're whisking away, but yeah, just been busy.
The bakery things. How's the bakery been since?
Oh, busy. So it's like, yeah, when I'm not working, side note, I am a baker at my family business.
But if y'all knew that, y'all knew that though, right?
Yeah.
Y'all listened to last season, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure.
So for Memphis locals, come support your locally owned spots, restaurants, keep us afloat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, baking full time when I'm off the clock. I'm I'm cooking up beats, networking, I'm doing something in the kitchen, right? So yeah, no, it's been awesome. Can't complain. I mean, I'm creating every day, regardless of something, so again, just staying busy and trying to be consistent,
Yeah, it's all we can really do for real.
Yeah.
You said some wise words to me when we were over there. You just kept telling me keep doing what I do. I can't stop. Literally, y'all. So Matt thought that I was just ending the podcast, like dead ass. He told Johnny, he was like, she can't stop. I was like,
I was upset.
Nah. I was like, what? I was like, why is he upset? I was like, I think he misunderstood what I said when I meant break. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking a little break, Matt.
That's fine. That's allowed, I guess.
Matt's my new manager.
No, I'm barely able to give myself a break sometimes because it's that thing where you're just like, you're so obsessed with like fulfilling it and like having that feeling of succeeding or being fulfilled by whatever it is you're doing. And if you're hard on yourself, what I feel like a lot of artists are, then I don't know, you just like, you get upset and you want to be harder on yourself. So you're like, oh, now I can't ever take a break. But I mean, you got to give yourself some time to get back into it, have your breaks and, come back with a stronger attitude and like better planning. And I think everyone's allowed that for sure.
Yeah. It's also the rush too. I like the rush when I'm in this shit. Like I know my anxiety's been up, but like the rush of doing this shit, I'm like, man, I can't wait to do this full time. Like I'm ready to just hang my 9 to 5 up and just ready to do this. But like what is the word? Continuously doing this.
Right.
Like I know it's just gonna pay off, but like, 'cause, you just gotta take a break. Gotta be nice to yourself sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being persistent and consistent. It's and that's like another thing when you said that, it's like PTSD for me because it's like I did want to quit when I started producing. I was like, I'm not good at this. I want to be great. I want to be able to do this within 15 minutes and have something fully produced and engineered. Yeah. But I've never been taught any of this. So I'm starting from scratch. Right. And I feel like such a loser. I feel like such a failure. And I mean, most artists are more sensitive people, so they will feel these emotions more intensely. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you do have to give yourself, a pat on the back every now and again. Yeah. I mean, it's usually just, you yourself and I. Yeah.
It's all you have, really.
Yeah.
But when you have good people on your side, though, they understand and stuff like that. So as long as you're surrounding yourself by good people, I think that's all that matters, honestly.
Communities, like
everything. Like finding a good community, sometimes it's hard, but like there are those people that can like they'll grab you and they're like, you know what, we'll take care of you, like a little mama bear or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not even like mentorship, but it's like you're leading. You're like, hey, like, don't you think we should do this? And like, don't you think we should do that? Yeah. And then you end up hanging out all the time and you're like, oh, not only do you have a friendship, but now we have a business together. Right. And now you're creating like your own little community. Right. But there's a difference between having like a community and then like when you're tight knit to where you're closing off other people, because then you're just closing off opportunity to yourself.
Blocking blessings.
Right. And I think that's a big thing for a lot of people. They don't see that. They're so, and I mean, yeah, you do have to be selfish, but in that case, you're closing out opportunities for yourself and others. Yeah. And you never know. Like, I mean, I've had to embrace that where it's just like, man, you got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. And that's another thing with like taking these trips up here and meeting more artists and trying to network. It's like, you don't have to just be in one city, but it's great. We have social media because we can link up. But for me personally, I do better in person.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, I can't do a Skype or FaceTime and it's emailing, texting. It's like, no, you can get so much work done
if you just meet
in person.
Yeah.
I felt like I mean, I was bullshitting with Johnny last night when we were like, we're like just showing each other beats and stuff. It's funny when like two producers get together and no one else like really does music. They just hear like two kids going together like with Pokemon cards trying to trade just back to back.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, what is going on with these freaks? And it's just like, sorry, we're nerding out real quick. Let us get back to reality.
Yeah, I love. If y'all didn't know, we went to Johnny's after the shoot, and Kolonis had came over with D-Ro and Raina, or Rain. What, I forgot her name. Raina. There we go. Sorry, girl.
No, you're good, Raina. We love you.
And yeah, we do. And they were just going back and forth. Like Matt was over here like this, Johnny was like that, and then D-Ro was like this, and me and Jalen was like this. And like it was cool to see. Yeah, it was cool to see y'all bond over something like that. Because you know Johnny's just got into that shit and he's doing fantastic, guys. But I love seeing y'all connect with that. I think that was pretty dope. Because community is everything, and I'm glad that we all like stay together, low key.
Yeah, no, I mean I think the whole time we've been up here is just talking about next time.
Yeah.
Like planning it next time.
Like we'll see you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Like, this isn't a goodbye, guys.
Right.
This
We'll see you later. Yeah.
See you later.
But since we're talking about producing right now, you know, we talked about your journey the first time, but I want to get more insight on your thoughts about this. Do you think producers get enough credit in collaborations, or do artists get most of the credit?
It's all artists. Yeah, for sure. You can name 10 artists before you name 10 producers.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that though?
Because when you listen to a song, you're not listening to an instrumental, you're listening to a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a collaborative piece. So someone's made the beat and then someone's made the lyrics to complement it. And then you're listening to that piece. And usually you listen to the headliner of that piece, which is usually the artist.
Yeah.
Probably because of popularity, honestly. Like, I mean, you have to have a big name, you know, DJ Khaled, Jay Dilla, Alchemist, and you know, Metro Boomin. Like, they have to be huge names. But the sad thing is, you're not going to always be in that 1%.
Yeah.
That's why I have a huge respect for it. Because when I started getting into production, it kind of sucks how a lot of like just artists by themselves, like music artists who like don't do any production or behind the scenes, like engineering, all they do is they write. Cause I mean, that's all I did.
Yeah.
But they're kind of green about it. Like they're willing just to rip a beat, steal it, and not even credit you. And it's just like, dude, like, do you want to go to court for this, bro?
I will take your ass to court.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You wrote some shitty bars over my amazing beat that I produced.
I worked hard on.
And you're not even going to give me royalty credit on it?
That's
insane.
a
whole other thing that I could talk hours on.
Yeah. Royalties is...
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people, including me, would probably sign a label deal right now if it came in front of me.
Yeah.
But it's also just like, you see so many stories going on behind independent. And also, I don't like people getting in my business. Like,
True.
I create because of what I like. As soon as someone walks in the room who has no education or culture in what I'm making and tells me to make something different, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Unless you're a homie, like, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. I feel that. I do feel that. Have you ever had a situation where a collab went wrong?
I've had like, I wouldn't even say falling outs, but just like work ethic wise, you work with a lot of people. When you start producing, because all you want to do, it's like, man, you're trying to build like a backstock, like a vault of just making beats like every other day. And you just like, you know, now I have over 100 beats just like on my laptop or on my hard drive sitting.
Yeah.
I mean, just like it's all different stuff. I mean, I'm not saying I have 100 amazing beats for Drake or Kendrick. Like, nah, dude, I'm trying to build a backstock. It's my homework. It's, you know, it's my data. It's my progress.
Right.
I still have some of my first beats up that people can listen to, and I'll agree they're trash. But for instance, yeah, like, I'm sorry, I lost the question, dude. I was ranting.
No, I wanted to hear this because I don't talk to producers. I only talk to artists, and I want to know, because when it comes to music, there's a bunch of ends in that, right? You got the artist who's front facing, but then you have producers who are back of house. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like you yourself, you know what it's like front of house, but you're more back of house than anything.
As of now, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was going to open mics and stuff, it was the DJ playing my music
Yeah.
for me to perform. I wasn't the DJ or
Yeah.
producer in the background
Yeah.
playing my beats and producing a show for the artist
Yeah.
to be on stage. But now it's kind of nice because I get to pick like who I want on my stuff.
Yeah.
And in a way, sidebar, like Wu-Tang being one of my like biggest inspirations as well. Please watch the Hulu show on Wu-Tang. It's for
yeah.
any music artist. I mean, it really breaks down like what it is in the music industry, and it's just like a fun way to learn.
Yeah.
Like I'm really big on that. Like I'll listen to podcasts or shows that will teach me something.
Yeah.
You know, besides like murder docs. Sorry. You
That's
know?
real.
But yeah, no, it was really inspiring. And for that right there means as a producer, and as an entrepreneur and just a music lover, I get to curate my own sounds,
Yeah.
including the artists that I want to build. And in that, I get to build a full piece. Like with this new EP, it'll probably be coming out in April.
Mm-hmm.
That will have, like I said, D-Ro, it'll have Johnny Buckets, it'll have a few more artists on there, including myself.
Yeah.
And it's just a curated album of beats that I've made tailored to certain artists with
Yeah.
certain ideas. And that'll be fully produced by me. And that'll be really interesting, honestly.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about the people that you just said, and those artists are completely different from each other. So like the sound is going to, I know that it's going to sound good, but I'm like kind of like, what's it going to sound like? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's a lot of styles that you're mixing and you're playing with.
Like I played you that wavy beat out there for Johnny, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got to imagine what I'm bringing for D-Ro.
Which is probably complete opposite of what we heard.
So again, that right there is a curated album by a producer
Yeah.
who is curating the sound for the curated artist. I mean, that's where I'm really having fun with it. Like I just got out of my work mode because I'm again had to engineer for D-Ro's album. So that
Yeah.
was like a huge haul for me.
Yeah.
Few months of just locking in.
Mm-hmm.
As I like to say, I got to clock in, put your time in, clock in, you know?
Yeah.
So that was big for me, but it's now I'm like, I'm dusting myself off and ready
Yeah.
for my next big task.
Right.
So yeah, we're on to that.
I'm so excited to hear it. Oh my God. I'm excited. I'm ready to see what the sounds sound like together.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like if I go to the next song, I'm like, oh shit. Oh, it's probably one of those like head turners like, oh shit. You know what I mean? I think you should do a show with all these people.
I definitely should.
That would be dope.
Memphis and Nashville.
Ooh, that'd be fun. People, hello. Y'all better tell them, listen, Matt, we want that. Y'all should, yeah, you should
Please.
have that.
Please tell me and it'll happen. I just need one person in my DMs, honestly.
I just told you. Now do it.
Just be like, do
Hello?
it, do it. Or just send me a thumbs up, honestly.
Johnny, go ahead and
yeah. No, it can be someone I know in this room.
yeah, go ahead and tell them already.
Yeah.
What's a common mistake producers and artists make when they're handling business together and stuff like that?
It's holding back.
Mm.
I wouldn't say like I'm very blunt with people, but I'm straightforward and I'm very confident in what I do,
Yeah.
who I am and what I sell.
Yeah.
So for instance, like just to give an example, like say for instance, me and Johnny did this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm producing, I'm engineering, I'm mixing and mastering,
Mm-hmm.
And he's writing a verse
Mm-hmm.
and he's performing, well, I believe that's about a quarter piece or 15. So you're giving someone royalty base like 15, 25%, 30 if you're generous. But if Johnny came to me and said, let's do 50-50, I would have to say I have a discrepancy about that, or like a issue, because I'm like, well, you're not putting in all the work that I did.
Yeah.
You're also not doing the cleaning.
Yeah.
And I think cleaning is the biggest part.
Yeah.
You know, mixing, mastering, like, unless you want to help, for sure.
Yeah.
But if you're literally just on the mic and and that's it, like,
yeah, you're
buddy.
not getting 50-50 at that point.
And I think that's another thing too. Like, a lot of artists don't understand. It's not like, bro, like, don't just rip a beat and then claim 100% royalty unless you bought it or leased it out. And that's something I had to find out when I started producing. I was like, oh, like, I got to claim my royalties. I gotta actually get these licensed and in my name. That way, like, I don't have kids ripping them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Have a beat tag. That's like one way to like reassure that your stuff is fully under you and
Like
like
BeatStars and
licensed.
shit.
Yeah. Like, I have a BeatStars, by the way. My BeatStars FTV_Kolonis. Everything I have is FTV Kolonis. That stands for Feel the Vibes. It's my brand. You can grab my merch if you're liking this cozy cream colored yellow hoodie I'm wearing.
I need
it's
one.
very comfy.
I literally need. I think when we go to Memphis, I'm gonna just have to buy off of everybody, like dead ass. Like,
We should throw a flea market, or not a flea, but like a little music market. That'd be fun.
ooh, with everybody's merch, I cop.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
cop. I hope y'all shit not that expensive though.
No, I'll throw you a deal.
Uh-oh.
I'll give you the employee special. You've
We're-
helped me out plenty of times.
Bet we're gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
So don't y'all get no ideas now. Eh? I would say when it comes to producing, I feel like having chemistry with whoever you're working with is very important.
Very.
How do you decide which artist you want to collaborate with?
This is goofy and silly, but it's me. It's based off the vibe.
Yeah.
If I don't like you, I'm sorry. If I don't like what you're putting out there, I don't want to work with you. If it's not genuine, we're not working. I will be cordial. I will be acquaintances.
Yeah.
I know
Some people don't take that well though.
No, they don't. And they're like, man, like, you're just doing handouts to like your friends and stuff. It's like, bro, I have so many friends that I would never want in my studio. And that's a fact. Like,
That's real.
Like, I do this. I understand what I do isn't like supporting my lifestyle financially, but it is supporting it on the lower side, but one day it'll be on the higher end, but that's because I curate.
Right.
Again, I think seeing someone's focus and seeing someone's drive is very important to me. I mean, that's me on any relationship, whether it's a friendship, intimate, business. It's do we have the same energy? Are we bringing the same energy to the table?
Yeah.
Am I going to produce a half-ass beat that's just on loop and it's not even on the right BPM, and then you're going to write probably one of the hardest verses you've ever put all your energy into?
Yeah.
No, and vice versa. That's
Yeah.
just how it is.
Yeah.
If you ask too much of me and being disrespectful, that's another thing. I've had I haven't ended friendships, but I've ended like acquaintances
Yeah.
because they just, let me get like 3 or 5 beats from you, and then like, you can just like master it and send it over. I'm like, no. I mean, I'll send you a beat, but you can lease it. I'll send you the link to my like BeatStars and stuff. And it's like, dude, I like, you just DM'd me. Like, you know me because of one of my friends that I know. Like, that doesn't give you any game to like cop off me and like ride my back. Like,
that's
real.
real.
Not happening.
Yeah. That's very real.
And so I think that's a huge thing. Like, and I mean, I've been doing this for just a handful of years, like, what is it, like 4 years or so, really like meeting people in the past 3 years where I've like really been collaborative. And yeah, that's another thing. I don't like when someone comes off like they're too big.
Yeah.
I can read that. I think I'm good with that, like reading people's energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and another thing is like open mics or going to see sets. I think you can definitely get that energy off of someone's stage presence.
Yeah.
We were talking about that out there when you were filming earlier, but yeah, like I can go and see someone walk on stage, and as soon as they walk off, they're a different person. I'm like, dude, that's not only were you performing, but you can't even translate that. Like that doesn't even translate to you because that's not even how you are.
Yeah.
Like I love when I see someone like an artist, you know, on a podcast or in an interview, and they're them.
Yeah.
It's not because they're braggadocious or they're cocky. It's because they're confident in who they are.
Yeah.
And that's genuine.
Yeah, I think confidence is one of the biggest things that people need to have. Because if you're not confident in yourself, then you're really not confident in your music or in your craft or anything that you're doing. So if you need help finding your confidence, find it. I don't know how, but just fucking find it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say the opposite. Your only comfort is in your music.
Yeah.
That was me for the longest time. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like anything about me, but I liked my music. Before I started even making music, I liked that I listened to good music.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm the kid on Ox.
Yeah.
I feel like I had that term before it even came to, because I just was always on Ox.
Yeah.
And like I said right before we walked in here, I was like, let me get off Bluetooth because I'm about to go record.
Yeah.
And if I'm on Ox, I know I'm in a good mood.
Yep.
Facts. So like,
even though everybody in the car is not vibing, I'm vibing. And that's all that fucking matters, you feel?
Yep.
I was going to ask, you know, as humans, we tend to stay where we are most comfortable. You know, do you prefer working with artists who challenge your sound or those who naturally fit that?
No, I want a challenge.
You want a challenge?
That's why, like, I've built friendships and gone onto projects with different artists. Again, I think that's why my range of production is so just like back and forth.
Yeah.
Again, first beat tape was a lo-fi project. Second was like an East Coast boom bap. Third was a house tape.
Yeah.
Fourth will probably be back in like a I don't even know, because this new one's going to be like kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But probably more like lo-fi boom bap, I'd say.
Yeah.
A little mixture. But yeah, no, and I've done indie songs. You know, I've had to work with, you know, high pitched female vocals, grunginess. Like it's like I've because I kind of like the sound of it, and sometimes I'm like, man, I could really see myself getting into like indie rock or something like that, just because I change it up all the time.
Yeah. Which is that's not a problem. That's never a problem. You know, I think everybody should expand their palette. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think producing is one of those things that you should be able to do. You know what I mean? I feel like it's more acceptable, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Like it's it's expected. Let's say it like that. It's expected.
It is. And a good thing about what you said with like the palette is you kind of have to clean your palette off every now and again. Like, don't get me wrong. I will forever be, you know, a rap head. I will be listening to it 24/7.
Yeah.
I will always have a playlist queued up, ready to go.
Yeah.
But then I need to clean my palette.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to go to like yacht rock, throw on some Queen, some Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Then I'll go all the way back and throw on some Duke Ellington. I'll go into my jazz stage, which usually is my like meditative state, like where I can just like, I'll throw on some jazz. You know, in my head, I'm kind of just like clicking, this is a sample. This will be like, I'm putting this in the box.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of Brazilian jazz.
You said Brazilian?
Bossa Nova.
You said Brazilian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bossa Nova. Kind of more like wavier jazz in a way. Kind of has a little more swing to it, and I like the instruments in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm very. I've started to like realize like I really like to meditate in that state of just where I so-called crate dig on the internet, where you just have like different vinyls going.
Yeah. But
yeah, for the most part, I'm always like switching around on genres. But back to your question, I will. It's nice to stay in a pocket.
Yeah.
Like lo-fi. It's just my bag. Like I like creating something like that. But then again, I got to switch it up. Yeah. Make like a house beat or something like that just for funsies.
Yeah. Just get out your comfort zone just a tad bit. You know what I mean?
Just a bit.
So you got this thing that you're working on with D-Ro.
Mm-hmm.
He said the date, but I don't think it was the right date that he gave the release date. But it's okay. How you've been working with D-Ro a lot, and I'm gonna just assume that you're just his producer at this point, right?
I'd say like 75%.
75. Okay, that's more than half.
Yeah. Why? What were you thinking? What percent were you pulling?
I was thinking 90.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking. All right, because like y'all basically like this. Y'all are literally like this. Y'all are with each other every time. Like he literally be like, "Oh yeah, I'm finna go hang with my man Kolonis or something," and I'm like, "Well, then shit, there it go."
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, okay, he got his own producer now, so that's what I was thinking. He said 75. I was thinking 90.
I mean, I was trying to be generous. I don't know. I didn't want to be getting the man in trouble or anything like that. Like,
No.
I mean, the thing is, like, I don't produce all of his stuff, and like, it's usually just when we're chopping it up. Because I mean, we're together a lot more because mastering his album for him, it's like we're spending a lot of time because we have a similar sound.
Yeah.
And like how we like our production styles.
Yeah.
So when we were talking, I mean, it's just sometimes it'll be like, yeah, I got a new beat. And he's like, I like that. I'm like, all right, we write to it, we make something, on to the next. Sometimes he's already got a beat from somebody else, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a problem with that. That's why I said 75, because it's like he's not mine. And if I find out that he's working with another producer, I'm coming for you. Like, I got you. There's my camera. There's my.
He came over here.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you get
I don't
offended?
care.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because a lot of
like,
people they get offended.
Let me meet other artists. Like, let me meet other producers. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, I don't know everything.
Yeah.
I'm an amateur at this. Like, the fact that I create a beat that, like, I'll make it and I'll just be like, my jaw will drop one day. I'm like, how did I figure that out? I literally just like completely screwed up the whole beat, or I sent it into like, you know, a different sample rate or something. You find so many like treasures every day when you're just kind of fucking around. But no, with D-Ro, like it's a friendship. So we're literally hanging all the time.
Yeah.
We just happen to both be into music, so we're doing it all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm 90% of his producer. I'm saying 75 because the dude still has like freedom. We just happen to make a lot of music together.
Yeah. I was gonna say y'all work a lot. Y'all work with each other a lot, but y'all work together very well.
This goes out to all the labels and managers listening. If y'all need like a nice duo, I'll sign away.
And get
like,
D-Ro on that bitch too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, if we need to be 100%, like that's fine. Like I'll put it 100%.
You started working with Keys, and then you started with Johnny too. I'm like, Matt doing a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how does he have time to do shit for like his own stuff? You know what I mean? Like, how do you find the time to like, you know, want to put something together of your own in the midst of all this crazy stuff that's going on?
Sacrifice your vices. Rule 1. I mean, number 1, I'm also an introvert. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
I find my peace in my music. And that's another thing is like, I spend a lot of time with my music. So if you're going to be around me and you're also going to be creating, I really have to like you.
Yeah.
You know, like we're going to sit here for hours and hours, probably day by day, when we're tired after working a 9 to 5, like getting irritated, might not be like, don't have good conversation or whatever it is. It's like, you want to make sure that's also like a friend.
Yeah.
Cause y'all kind of have to push one another. Like, I mean, countless times where it's like midnight and me and D-Ro just look at each other and we're like, we're bullshitting. We call it a night, you know, we just,
all right, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I'm not even feeling this drive. Like I'm dipping.
Yeah.
The food's calling me, dude. I gotta go home.
I gotta
I'm
go,
tired.
man. But with all that being said, what the fuck? With all that being said, you got an EP/album coming out at the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. It's gonna be produced with, well, it's all produced by me. My beats have a couple of songs with D-Ro on there that are predominantly, I'd say jazz boom bap vibes that we got going. One with me on there, and I'll have a single I'll probably be putting out probably in the next like 3-4 weeks after D-Rose album release, just because I still got to focus on that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to kind of like pivot right back to me, show myself some love.
Yeah.
Put that hat back on.
Yeah.
Because I haven't put out anything solo since last year with Alchemist.
Yeah.
So doing that, it's a different vibe for sure. And then, yeah, with the EP, it'll just be something nice, you know, to sprinkle in for the new year.
Yeah.
And then just start putting that out for shows and stuff. Cause I mean, with that, I have 3-4 artists on that probably. And that's a show right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Ooh, I'm ready for that.
curate that, get a lineup going. And now you got yourself a show, you know, throw on a couple showcases here and there, maybe in Nashville, you know, we'll see, hopefully.
That'd be lit.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing right now. It's just like, I want to, it's like, I want to get this album out of the way just so I can start getting the ball rolling for everything else. Cause I had to put a lot of projects on stall to focus on a different hat, you know, because again, it's not like, I'm self-taught on everything I do. So it's like with mixing and mastering, it's so tedious.
Yeah.
And any person who's a producer in any way can tell you how tedious it is trying to get a sample chop, trying to make a beat or a melody or putting together a mix track. Like and to do it all, it's just, you kind of fall out of love with it. But then again, as a producer, you can find ways to fall back in love with it.
Right.
But for right now, yeah, I'm trying to get on my time management and just like you asked earlier, it's really about taking out some of your vices and really just being focused.
Yeah.
And know you have a deadline.
Yeah.
You know, my days off are fully committed to music. That's kind of how I make up for, you know, 3-4 days of not touching any of my music projects.
Yeah.
I'm in the car when I'm running errands and I'm just listening to mixes and I'm making notes. So that way, when I do have time to sit down at my laptop, I'm getting right to those notes and I'm editing.
Yeah.
And then when I have like maybe an hour or two of just downtime, maybe instead of watching a podcast and binging a show that I've already seen, I'll make a beat. I'll listen. I'll do some crate digging. I'll find some new samples to chop up.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how I spend my downtime. And I mean, it helped a lot. A few years ago, I got rid of my PlayStation.
Damn.
And I was like, I'm going to do this music thing full time and see if I enjoy that. And that was a big thing. I definitely like video games definitely took a hit on me, but I wasn't enjoying them anymore, which was a clear sign. And I'm literally still playing a video game. It just happens to make music.
Oh, type shit.
Yeah. So,
but can you give us a date on when it's gonna release though, or like you gonna keep that in your back pocket?
a what?
Like an actual date. Let's not put a date on it. Never mind.
I'll say this: before 420.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Before 420.
That gives me enough time. Early April. Yeah, we can make it happen.
Yeah, we can make that happen, and I'm gonna hold you accountable for that.
Oh, please do. Now that'll really get me like.
I'll send you a reminder every
Yeah,
week
thank
if
you.
I have to.
Please do.
All right, Matt. So we're at the time where we're gonna play a game. You know what I mean? What we're gonna play is we're gonna play Guess the Producer. Now I was gonna give you a bunch of pictures of, you know, these producers with their faces real big and stuff. You was gonna try to figure out who they were, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you clues on these producers and their signature style. You sound nervous.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with something very, very easy. All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
So this clue. This certain producer is known for his soulful loops and minimalist drums. This producer has crafted underground classics for Prodigy, Freddie Gibbs, and Boldy James while keeping a low-key, almost mystical presence in the industry.
Alchemist.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I got nervous. I was like, he loves this man.
Once you said Freddie Gibbs, I was like, okay, because I was going to say Jay Dilla for a second.
No,
Almost
you
had
did
me.
good.
I was like, no.
All right, let's do an easy one.
Yeah.
So, before trap took over Yeah. Before Trap took over, this producer was responsible for some of the biggest stadium anthems in hip hop. He played a key role in the success of 50 Cent and G Unit.
Scott Storch?
No.
What song of 50 Cent?
I can't tell you.
Oh, shit. Dre?
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
Dre.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was gonna give you. I was gonna say Super Bowl. Think Super Bowl, but that would have gave it all the way away. Okay.
I guess so, yeah. I
All
didn't
right.
think about that.
All right. Next one. You know his sound when you hear an infectious, bouncy bass line mixed with funky synths. His group, with Chad Hugo, changed music forever, aka the Neptunes.
Mac? No. Wait, you said Free Times? Or no. Wait, are you talking about Anderson .Paak?
Mm-mm. So you know his sound when you hear an infectious, bouncy bass line mixed with funky synths. His group with Chad Hugo changed music forever. Think the Neptunes.
Pharrell.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's what I didn't hear. Once you said Neptunes, I knew that. Okay.
There we go.
My
All right.
bad.
Let's go. Okay. This producer's signature is a mix of soulful samples and heavy distorted drums. His early work was shaped by chopping up old school records in a unique way.
RZA?
Mm-mm.
Jay Dilla?
Mm-mm. Got one more.
Old school ways.
This producer's signature is a mix of soulful samples and heavy distorted drums. His early work was shaped by chopping up old school records in a unique way.
I'm gonna hate myself. I don't know. I'm blanking.
It's
Jesus.
Kanye.
I didn't even think about his old shit. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Yes, it's
I'm
Kanye.
ass.
All right, we're gonna do two more. Let's do this one. So before hip hop fully embraced electronic sounds, this French duo's robotic grooves influenced an entire wave of rap production.
Daft Punk.
There we go. Woo! I missed them.
Yeah.
I missed them so much.
Since you said French dude, I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that should.
There's
that
only one.
gave it away. All right, here's the last one. I think this one's a good one, if you ask me. If you hear a beat with lush, emotional piano chords that make you feel something, it might be him. He's one of the most sought after producers for heartfelt hip hop.
Scott Storch.
Mm-mm. What do you think?
Why am I thinking?
Who?
Melody.
No.
Oh, you said Zaytoven?
I said Zaytoven.
Mm-mm. If you hear a beat with lush, emotional piano chords that make you feel something, it might be him. He's one of the most sought after producers for heartfelt hip hop. AKA, I can give you a hint. He was just on he produced The Weeknd's album.
Dude, I'm not mainstream like that.
Oh, y'all give up.
I was literally about to say Metro Boomin.
No, it's Mike Dean. Come
Yeah,
on,
I wouldn't have gotten
Kolonis.
that. Wow.
Really?
I'm sorry, I'm slacking.
Really? Okay,
Thanks.
I'll give you a bonus one. What about this one? I'll give you a bonus one.
I keep repeating my fucking answers. I'm like Scott Storch for everyone. Jay Dilla.
Okay. He pioneered a futuristic bounce known for his unconventional drum patterns, baby crying samples, and collaborations with Missy Elliott.
Ah, shit.
Easy.
Johnny said easy.
Fucking
Light
easy,
work.
dude.
Light work, no reaction. Come on, Matt.
That's easy.
This was way easy. Missy Elliott gave it away. And Crybaby.
I'm so like pissed off right now.
He worked with Justin Timberlake.
God. I'm about to say it. Swizz Beats.
No.
God.
No.
Oh my God. I feel
Matt,
like
lock in, Matt. Lock in. You got this, bro. You got this. Hey, oh, me, you,
Dude,
you,
I'm what is it? It's
me, you, me, you.
oh,
All night, have it your way. Play before I feed your appetite.
Timberland.
There we go.
I was thinking I had Timberland's face, but I kept thinking Swiss Beats. That's why I was so fucking lost.
No,
I fucked
no,
up.
it was
Damn.
yelling at the baby crying noises. I said,
yeah. That was like easy. I was like, you know what? Let me throw this.
As soon as you were like, I'm gonna ask you a question, of course I forget every fucking thing I know.
You know what? I like people ask me like, what podcast do you listen to? I know what podcasts I listen to. I just can't give you the names. Don't put me on the spot like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then it's like when you ask that, there's so many podcasts out there, and they're like, so what is that? And then you like feel like an idiot explaining what you're listening to.
And then you say the wrong thing, and you're talking about another podcast. Like,
Yeah.
girl, whatever. But Matt, you got your redemption. I feel like you got your redemption. You feel like you got your redemption?
Yeah, I did.
He said, yeah, I did. Actually,
Yeah,
I did.
I felt good.
Yeah, I felt good.
The questions,
We gotta
I'm
touch
sorry,
on
I'll do some studying, but
on your producers. We gotta. I'm glad I didn't give you the faces. You'd be like, who is that? Well, no,
Oh
you
my
probably
God,
would have
I
ate that up.
maybe I probably would have been better with faces. Yeah.
But it's okay. That's why I got that.
Yikes.
I did it that way because I was like, let me pick his brain for a little bit though.
I appreciate that.
So we're at the part where, oh my God, y'all. So the last time we did this, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't get to bring the box. I forgot it at home.
What's in the box?
Literally, I was like, fuck. I literally got there, I set up, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot the box. And I told Matt, I said, listen, I forgot my box. He's like, it's okay. Now he gets to do the full experience. So Matt, in this box is hard-hitting questions. You're going to pick one question out the box, and you're going to answer as truthful as you can, basically.
All right, cool.
Now, if you pull a word out, just put it back.
Is that one?
Yeah, that's one. There you go. Ooh.
I'm not doing it.
No.
Throws it down and storms out.
I'm offended. This is bullshit.
That's hilarious. All right, let's unwrap this.
Have it, Joe. Wait
Unfortunately.
for play for a feature.
I know, and I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head all day.
I love that song.
Okay, cool. Can you recall a moment that you completely changed your perspective on life? If so, what was it? So like last year I had my gallbladder removed in an emergency surgery. And I after I woke up from it, I told myself I was gonna like give my all.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna get in the best shape of my life. I was gonna really just like do what I love because life is short. Now I'm not like I almost died, even though I did almost die on the table. I almost had a Narcan my ass.
Oh my God.
Because my heart rate dropped too low. But it was just very painful, and no young person likes being in the hospital thinking you're gonna die of an infection. But
It's
like
scary.
yeah. But no, it just makes you like it humbles you, which was a thing I think everyone needed.
Yeah.
And I needed that in that moment.
Yeah.
It's a very humbling experience to know that you can't do everything on your own.
Yeah.
And at that point you can't do anything on your own.
Yeah.
Very humbling, but it also just made me have a new perspective on life and be like, all right, Matt, like we're going to lock in here. And you actually, people who you really love and trust are like, hey, you're good at this.
Yeah.
So like, why slack?
Yeah.
And that's why, like, again, like with consistency, persistency, feeling the vibe, making sure you're protecting your own energy. That's very important. And, that perspective led me to be more consistent in who I am and what I want to build for myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a very interesting and enlightening moment in my life.
Oh, that sounds very scary, and I'm glad that you're okay. Cause that shit's scary as fuck. What the fuck? I feel that with that no young person want to be in no fucking hospital.
Right. And they
Like-
can't even like tell you what's wrong with you. It's like I was there for like 8 hours in the ER
No.
while they're doing tests and they still aren't giving me an answer. And I'm just like
Nah,
on
bro.
WebMD looking at the 1,000 things that could potentially be wrong with me.
And it's dead ass telling you, you're going to die in the next 5 seconds.
And you're like in the bed and they come back. They're like, yeah, so emergency surgery. We actually have an opening right now.
like, what?
Throw you on the bed and bring you back. You're like, oh my God.
Like, you don't even have time to process that shit. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's like really scared.
Yeah.
That felt scary for you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna be like, nah, it was chill, dude.
I survived.
It was
people.
super chill. They were cool.
Yeah.
No, it's a scary thing. I was especially by myself in that time when I went back to surgery, and it just again like no one wants to have to go through that moment. And as someone who thinks you have so much time in your life as a young person, you get humbled real quick.
Yeah.
And so I mean, again, that's my message to end on is like, if you think about doing something or you keep putting those things that you really love in life off, don't, because one day you won't have a day to say, I'll do that tomorrow. That tomorrow won't ever come. And I think that's something every person at any age, should ask themselves, you know, don't put it off, like do it. Don't be afraid to look like an amateur or screw up. Like do it because you want to do it, because that is what makes you happy. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. And that's your perspective. That should be your perspective, not anyone else's on that. And you'll attract that. You'll attract that energy that you put into whatever you have, and that can just shape the perspective on what you have for other things.
Yeah.
Including your community and, you know, what you do besides that. You know, it's like, all right, and you know, you've come back with more, you're more emotionally intelligent around others. So you can kind of tap in and kind of be more aware in all your areas of life, not just one specific thing. So yeah, it's a good thing, you know?
That was beautiful. That was, y'all ain't take nothing from today or from any of my podcasts. Everybody that sat on this couch with me has said some inspirational shit and also some shit that I feel you need to take. Also, I'm going to take this shit too, because I feel you when that, there's going to be a day where you're going to say that you can't do it tomorrow. It just got deep in this bitch. I ain't going to cap. It just got deep as fuck in this bitch. I don't know. Johnny, you feel it? Yeah, Johnny feel it.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like you want to have people around you where you can spill some tea. You can get in your therapy bag for a little bit. And that's important. I know a lot of people who are too afraid of that. It's like, well, now you've never known what it's like to talk about your feelings with a very close friend. That sucks, dude.
That sucks.
It must suck to be by yourself, alone.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to know what's in your head, dude. Like, but yeah, no. I mean, I think that's where you know you're comfortable with somebody, and I think that is healthy. And but not just do it with others, do it with yourself too. But yeah, I mean, nothing is promised, so do what you love. I mean, pursue it. It's all about the pursuit of happiness.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. Well, Matt, look at this camera. Or this one, doesn't matter which one. Tell them where they can find you. If there's anything upcoming that you want to continue to promote. Hello. Right.
That would be my socials. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That's FTV_Kolonis. FTV_KOLONIS. On all my music platforms, you can find me at Kolonis. Literally all the platforms, just type in Kolonis, and I'm the only one that pops up with that name. So you can find me there. DM me for merch if you're interested in a hoodie, a shirt. I ship, so hit me up. I also have my website, FTV Kolonis, so hit me up. Besides that, I mean, that's everything. If you're in Memphis, check out Family Bakery, Milk Dessert Bar. That'd be awesome. She's over here like a flight attendant doing this hand signals. I love it. I was like, who's she talking to?
I'm promoting your Spotify.
I was like, that is smart. I was like, I like that.
I gotta promote.
I do appreciate that.
You know?
Yeah.
Look,
so yeah, that's everything.
Well, I appreciate you coming back. I can't wait to get until me and the crew get to Memphis and you guys show us around. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun.
We're gonna have a great time. But y'all, that's it. Y'all know where to find me at TBBXPOD on all socials. And speaking of Jay is my personal. And yeah, that's it. Y'all make sure y'all go support Matt. Hit him up for merch. Go see him at the Family Bakery. Say Jen sent you. And yeah, we'll see you later. Adios.
See you later, alligator.